Hi, I'm Joy and welcome to the Side Chef Studio Kitchen. Today we're making gluten-free Krispy Kreme Copycat donuts. I've been missing Krispy Kreme for way too long, so I decided to do something about it. Let's make donuts. To start our donut, we're just going to combine our dry ingredients in our stand mixer. So first we have tapioca starch, or sometimes it's called tapioca flour. Then we have our gluten-free flour. And of course, we need our sugar. And last, for our dry mixture, we have baking powder and salt. So using a whisk attachment, we're just going to combine all these ingredients together. Ready? We just do this to make sure the baking powder is evenly integrated into the batter. And there we go. Into our dry mixture, we're going to combine our wet ingredients. So here we have our milk. Then we have our melted butter. And then we have 1 egg. Now we're going to add vanilla extract for flavor. To cut the sweetness of this donut a little bit, we have vinegar. Now it's time to mix it all together. Our batter is ready to go. To make our batter super easy to pipe, I'm just going to transfer it into a sealable bag. And now we have our piping bag. So before we pipe our donuts, we are going to cut our parchment paper into roughly 5 by 5 inch squares. You can start by just folding it in half. And then you just fold it into your individual squares. There we go. Ta-da! So the easiest way to do this is just to cut around the edges. And there we have our parchment squares. Now we take our homemade piping bag with all of our batter and we're going to cut the end. So you just want to do about 1/4 inch and then you're ready to go. So now we're going to pipe our donuts. So you take your batter and of course we do a big round circle. And you want to leave a bigger hole in the middle than maybe you think you need because it does close up a bit when you fry. So we're going to go around twice and there's our donut. If you have any donuts that are a little bit bumpy on top, you can dip your finger in some milk and just use it to smooth out the top. Our donuts are ready, but before we fry them, we're gonna throw them in the freezer for about 20 minutes or until they're ready to fry. While our donuts are in the freezer, we're going to start heating up our oil. So we're gonna bring about 3 to 4 cups of oil to 330 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to make our signature Krispy Kreme glaze. So we start with powdered sugar, and then we'll add vanilla, corn syrup. If you don't have corn syrup, feel free to substitute with honey. Salt, melted butter. So before I add the milk, I'm just gonna combine this because adding the milk will make it thinner and I wanna make sure that it's nice and thick. And now I'm just gonna add in a little bit of milk and slowly mix it all in. So this is the consistency we're looking for. When you run your spatula through the center, it doesn't immediately all rush together. So it's sort of like the consistency of jam. Our oil is ready, our donuts are out of the freezer, and now it's time to fry. So you'll just take them off the tray and put them into the oil with the parchment paper. I do this because it keeps the donut from sticking to the bottom of the pan. So as the donuts start to fry, you'll be able to peel the parchment paper off of the donut. The donuts need to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. You'll be able to see the edge of the donut turning golden brown. All right, we're ready to flip them. So here we go. They look perfect. That's it. Now we wait another 2 minutes. Keep checking your oil to make sure you're always at 330 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, our donuts are cooked on both sides and we're ready to grab them out. Our donuts are ready for their magical glaze. So how we do this is you take a donut while it's still warm but not quite hot and we just drop it in the glaze. I like to flip so I get it on both sides, but if you only want it on one, that's totally fine too. And then I'm gonna let the glaze drip off before I put it back on the rack to dry. There we go. Although it's not traditional Krispy Kreme style, I like to add a little bit of sprinkles at the end just to give them a little bit of color and a little bit of joy. I go nuts for these donuts. Enjoy! So good. Bye.